Evening all, how we doing? Let's just kick off by saying, Scotland are going to the World Cup. How the hell did that happen? So naturally, got the Scotland kit on tonight. Had to be done, and a newly updated background on my laptop in honour of probably the best Scotland goal I think I've ever seen. So needless to say, I had quite a good night last night watching that, and watching the highlights several times over today as well. So yeah, all good from a Scotland perspective. And yeah, jumping on to continue this Hertha rebuild as well, which we are about halfway through the season on at the moment with, I think we're in about 8th. We'll check the exact details when I get into the game there. But yeah, thanks for joining me. If you're catching up on the VOD later on as well, drop me a message. Good to hear from you. Likewise, if you're in the chat and fancy firing a message in, by all means, go ahead. It's pretty chilly in here today, but I'm committed to the retro football shirt angle, so I'm going to persevere. But if the Scottish weather gets too much for me, I might chuck on a sweater at some point this evening. We'll see. Okay, let's dive in. Need to unfortunately leave this picture behind for now, but yeah, on with the game. Hope you guys are good and have had a good Wednesday. So yeah, where are we? We are or next up, Ulm in the league, followed by Bayern Munich quarter-final in the German Cup, which I am looking forward to and dreading, I think, in equal measure, to be quite honest with you. Followed by an away match with Munster, who I think are still bottom of the league by some distance. Yeah, route to the bottom. 2 wins out of 19 games, 8 points on the board. So got to kind of think that that'll be an easy 3 points. So that's an almost nailed on defeat now I've mentioned that. We, Hertha, are pretty much mid-table, 8th at the minute, and an 18 team league. I was trying to do some fast maths there, and obviously the whiskey that I'd had last night is still clouding my ability to think properly. So we're not quite in the middle of the table, but we're pretty close. Anyway, we are 3 points off of 4th and 6 off of the playoff spots. So all to play for, and hopefully we're on the way up this table as opposed to in the way down this table in this game or in this stream. I'll probably be on for an hour or so tonight. I had plans actually, but it got cancelled, so this is a little bit of a bonus stream tonight, and continue with this save. Just a kind of recap as well for anyone joining in tonight for the first time. I'm playing Championship Manager 0102, but I've got the 24-25 data set loaded in here. So retro game with the almost up-to-date data from last year. So a few names in here that have switched around or moved on. But as soon as they release the 25-26 data, I'll get that loaded into here, and yeah, may start at either a new save or finish this one off, or get as far as I can with this one and start over again with the 25-26 data afterwards. But anyway, this is where we are just now. A few unhappy guys in here wanting contracts. Tath Chong, who coincidentally also qualified for the World Cup with Curaçao this week, is unhappy at me. Thinks I'm a terrible manager, and he may well be right, to be quite honest, but that's his situation. The others, I think, are all contract situations just now, in terms of their unhappiness. So I'm kind of biding my time a little bit, and seeing how the rest of the season pans out. Interesting development. Since I last streamed, I found out that there isn't actually transfer deadlines or transfer windows in 0102, and I'm pretty certain that's still the case with this updated data, because I was able to buy my keeper, Alexander Nubel, from Bayern Munich in the middle of December. No transfer window at that point. And I'd noticed a heck of a lot of transfer business being done by other teams, so I've been a bit of an idiot and just kind of waited until January, but I realise now that I could be getting players in just now. But anyway, my plan was to get a decent amount of the season in and then see what my team's doing, and potentially recruit some others thereafter. So, okay, on with the game. 15th December, next match against Ulm. Let's continue. If the music or my audio is too loud, just give me a shout. I think hopefully it's okay. I've been trying to kind of fiddle around with it. Just to say, last game before the saved and exited on Friday, I think it was, or maybe over the weekend. Good win over Gruther Fürth, was the board. We're pleased with. The board have kind of been backing me at the moment, but some of the fans are calling for my head, which basically stems back to a run of 2 or 3 games with terrible consequences. A 3-1 and a 4-1, and also I think it was a 4-0 battering on the first game against Schalke as well, which probably did nothing to endear me to them. Okie doke. Now let's see what our team's still looking like. I'm kind of persevering with this 4-4-1-1, or kind of 4-4-2, I suppose, with an attacking mid in the centre. And I've started playing this guy Christensen on the left, which I think was kind of out of necessity when there was an injury, but he's been doing pretty well. Thorsteinsen's probably my main guy at the moment, and I think we need to find a replacement for Niederlechner and Lukas Schuler as well, neither of which are doing particularly well for me at the moment. And our finishing across the team is actually pretty bad. I think the guy that I got rid of at the very start of the season might have been our kind of only decent finisher. I think the rest of the team is something ridiculous, like 12 finishing or something like that, which isn't great. So yeah, the attacking mids are definitely, or the attacking mid and the wingers, I should say, are definitely carrying the squad in terms of goals, but Niederlechner has a decent number to his name, albeit kind of is going hot and cold, scoring quite a few in one, like in single games, and then going quite a few games without. Anyway, Kevin says it's not the squad. Oh, he's not starting. Okay, yeah, I think I had swapped over Thorsteinsen, who was on the left, and Christensen had come in for Sessa, who was on the right. And yeah, I keep on coming back to this guy, who I think looks decent, but yeah, he's left-footed. Right, I think I'm going to stick him on the bench. This is my my continual back and forth with who I'm sticking on the bench in that position, but I'm going to go no. So indecisive. I'm going to stick with Sessa, I think, at this moment in time. Right, let's go. One last thing, sorry. I'm going to put it back to normal just now and see what Ulm are doing. Okay, interesting. Sort of a 5-4-1 style. Or they've got 3-4-3. Ah, okay, yeah. Short passing. Okay. It's my signature hard tackling, which usually ends up in injuries. That's how I normally play from the start. Hard and press. Take it from there. I think I'll do the same as normal. I'm actually kind of not sure what to do for the Bayern game, because I have a feeling that we're going to get absolutely battered in that. But I don't really want to change the formation. So maybe it's a hit them on the counter, be defensive, or is that just asking for trouble? I'm not sure. Anyway, Ulm is the game in hand at the moment, so let's kick off. Goal. Just after I've been bad-mouthing Niederlechner for going through dry spells, he's back on the score sheet. That's good, because Schuler isn't really doing much either. The other forwards. That's 2-0. Captain centre half scored. Leistner. I'm seeing. Oh, I was going to say I'm seeing a bit of bomb scare like activity from our new goalkeeper, which isn't great. He's definitely statistically better than Ernst. Oh, is that a goal? VR's no goal. That was Niederlechner again. Yeah, the keeper. Oh my goodness, 2-2. I wasn't expecting it to go that way this half. What was I saying? Yeah, Chark Ernst, the keeper I've just sold to Hamburg, I think it was good young keeper, but stats wise wasn't amazing. So yeah, I got rid and got a guy who's a bit more experienced for a decent amount, and he's not been doing amazingly, I don't think, so far, which yeah, isn't ideal. Okay, let's see what Ulm doing at the moment. They're going defensive and hit on the counter. I'm going to try just setting it back to the default on that one, I think, actually, and seeing how we get on. I feel like they've caught us out twice by us probably pressing, and if they're hitting the counter, so I'm going to not necessarily sit off them, but not actively press, and see how we get on. Start the second half. Oh god, when you see the fierce shot or strikes it with fury, it's never usually good news. There we go. Back in front. I think I'm going to get to maybe 70-ish minutes, make a couple of changes. Hope the audio is okay for you guys. I've got a bit of a crackle in my headphones, but I'm not sure if it's just through my mic and the monitoring of that, or if it's on your end too, so let me know if it is. I'll try and resolve it. Okay, tactics wise, right, let's keep it as we are. Is Dardai having a good game? No. Okay, I'm going to stick this guy on as a kind of defensive mid playing in the centre, and I'm going to give Sessa a shot and swap Thorsteinsson over with Christensen. Sessa, here we go. Okay, back in last 12 minutes. Oh, it could have been on his hat-trick had it not been for that VAR ruled out goal. Oh my... What? 5-2. Well, that ended up way better than expected. Like, after losing a 2-goal lead at half-time, I was expecting that to be a bit of a struggle. But that's a decent result. Alright, where are we up to now? 6th in the table. Nice, cool. Okay, still three off of 4th, which is Dusseldorf, and 6 off of the promotion spots. Which, man, is alright, like, happy with that. Damaged spine, yikes. Delighted with the excellent 5-2 win over Ulm. We're still satisfied. They're not that delighted, and the supporters are still pissed off at me. So I've got a lot of making up to do. Let's just hope getting done by Bayern Munich isn't going to set things back. Hamburg have signed Tim Skarka from Union Berlin for 1.5. Oh, he looks quite good. Pace 20. What's his finishing? 11. This is the problem. But no, it's like a decent signing. Okay. Bochum manager sacked. Wolfsburg challenging for the title. Their manager, that name there, it rings a bell. Rolf Hasenhüttl. I don't know why, maybe I've just heard it in passing, but I kind of feel like he might have been, his name's been linked with a job in Britain somewhere, maybe England, I'm not sure. Could be making that up. Let me know if that is the case. Right, okay. It's Bayern Munich time, and I am slightly nervous about this one. Alright, here goes nothing, eh? Who else is actually in the quarterfinals? So we're one of 2 teams from the 2nd division left against a ridiculous Kane's out of favour. Interesting. 27.5 million. It's not going to be possible for me to try and get Kane there, I don't think. There's a few injuries, but interesting that Kane's not involved. I guess they must be doing, oh actually, where are they? They're 4th, so they're not doing as well as they might be. That said, they are still 4th in the division above, and they've got a pretty decent squad, to say the least. So yeah, here we go. Right, let's see what they're doing. Attacking, hard, pressing, and offside trap. Please have mercy. I mean, it would be daft to go attacking here, so I'm going to go defensive. I'm going to go hard and counter-attack. Do I go as far as men behind the ball? I think that is... Men behind the ball is damage limitation time, as and when that happens. Alright, here goes nothing. Well, that didn't take long. 4 minutes, was it 5 minutes in? Fuck, this could be a long game. Not great so far. 0 chances. Still only 1 down though. That's another one where I've seen Nubel has dropped it, which isn't great. There we go, 2-0. Okay, well, not totally unexpected. Okay, regroup at halftime. Will they? No, they're still going for it. Well, what do we do? What do we do? This isn't working clearly, so still kind of feel like we're only going to get the better than by counter-attacking. Long balls over the top for the wingers on the counter. Let's try that. Scoey Jr. Hello, hey, how's it going? Hope you're good. You've joined me as I am facing Bayern Munich in the quarter-final of the German Cup and taking a pasting. We are still a division below, so not unexpected, but equally was hoping for better. I think at halftime we had there's another goal, 3-0. Well, this one could be over. We've still had 0 chances. This is not great. I've switched to long ball counter-attacking football in the second half to try and at least get it out of our half, which hasn't really worked. 4-0. I'll write off the cup at this point, I think. So, Scoey Junior. Oh, 5. Jeez, oh. You've joined at just the wrong point. Squad Junior. So this is a mod with this season's or last season's squads. So it's with last season's 24-25 data with oh yeah, I figured that one. Thank you though. Yeah, this is 0102 with 24-25 data until the new data comes out, which I think they're working on at the moment. It's basically like a team of guys who are putting it together in their spare time. I think potentially maybe from the FM26 database, I'm not sure. So yeah, it's quite cool. And there seems to be a bit of a community around 0102 still. And you can download it for free, which is, yeah, it's quite cool. Considering back in the day it probably cost, what, like £30, 30-40 quid or something like that to buy. So, yeah, out of the cup, currently mid-table. Actually, no, we're up to 6th in the table now. And on an okay-ish run. We're about 6 points off the promotion sort of spots at the minute. So we'll see how we get on. I think our next game after that humbling by Bayern, the next game is Munster, who are currently bottom of the league. I think I do have Champ Manager 102 somewhere saved on an old drive or my OneDrive. Oh, nice, cool. Yeah, I wonder, like somewhere, probably at my parents' house, is the CD version of this, I'd imagine, if they've not got rid of it yet. But yeah, properly digging back into the archives. Some of the names actually, when I downloaded it and didn't put the data in, were it was quite fun to see. Like, I think it was maybe like a 26-year-old Giggs, and I think Paul Scholes was about that age as well and stuff like that, which is yeah, quite cool to look back on. And I think when I was having a look at Man United, it was like Darren Fletcher, like 17 years old and stuff like that. So quite fun. How are you anyway? Good day. Were you watching the football last night? Oh, Mark Kerr. Absolutely. That was the go-to move, wasn't it? As soon as you got set up, get Mark Kerr in the door. £4 million move for Pascal Clemens, who actually I'm not really playing at the moment. Again, decent young player, but 4 million is tempting. I think we've got about 20 million or something in the bank at the moment. Yeah. So yeah, if you sign them early enough, he had something like 400k release clause, if my memory serves me well. Your memory sounds like your memory serves you better than me. But yeah, I do remember him being a good signing. It was quite satisfying when you kind of unearthed some of those other wonder kids back in the day as well. There was a guy I always used to sign called Toledo, Toledo. I can't remember where he came from, but he was just rapid. And yeah, you just see like when it was, or maybe must have been maybe a few games after this possibly. But you could all see the little markers when he was going up the wing, just absolutely beasting past everyone. It's been okay to just work. Yeah, it is cold today. It's been freezing. I'm currently in my garage playing, which isn't the warmest room in the house. So I'm braving it with the Scotland top tonight and t-shirt. I've got an oil here though, so hopefully it's going to stay warm enough to remain out here for a little while yet. But okay, I can't complain. It's been a day interrupted by looking back over Scotland highlights, basically, which is a nice position to be in because it doesn't often happen. I'm going to reject this bid, I think, by the way. I'm going to keep a hold of this guy. I've got a feeling that he's oh, it's just a rumour. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do a no comment on this one. Thank you. Yeah, it used to be a bit of a hole, to be honest, when we moved in, but changed it around a little bit and painted. It's amazing what paint on the wall can do as opposed to patterned wallpaper that was in here before. But yeah, it serves a purpose. If it was just a bit warmer, it would be good. A local newspaper reported that Dujac's complacent performance are undermining Basie's tactics. Excuse me, I can't actually remember. Yes, centre half. Been overly critical of him. Since he's probably one of my main centre halves. I'm gonna defend him, I think. Which the already, I was redouble these efforts in training. The already angry fan base are probably not going to like that. Sorry, answer to your last question. I didn't watch the game last night, but saw the highlights. You must be buzzing with the results. Some excellent goals. Yeah, definitely. Feels like I've woken up in a kind of alternate reality where Scotland actually qualify for major competitions now. But yeah, incredible goals. McTominay's was just unbelievable. I think that might actually be the best Scotland goal scored, possibly. Certainly in my kind of memory anyway. He seemed to be in the air for an eternity before, and up really high as well. Felt like he was higher than Ronaldo that time. He sort of seemed to levitate for about 3 minutes before he headed the ball. Okay. Cess is out for 3 weeks. These teams are coming in with lots of bids for players that I am neglecting at the moment, which is making me feel suspicious. Like, should I be playing these guys? They are all quite young players who I think are actually... Oh yeah, it's over 6 months. I'll reject that, I think. yeah, a lot of young guys who I think might be decent later on, but I'm gonna try and keep hold of a couple of them, I think. And Gechter as well, who's he wanted by? Interested, but in New York. Wow, okay. Come back to that as and when. Sessa, okay, Winkler is the natural replacement for him. Yeah, they were saying in the commentary quite a few of those goals would be some of the best in Scotland's history. I think so. It was ridiculous that there was 3 amazing goals in there, and the one that bounced off Shanklin's shin, the outlier. I love how simple this game is. Yeah, I know, it's great. I like Football Manager when it works on my laptop, but yeah, there is something quite nice about just how basic it is, and none of the pre-match team talks. It's just a selection of about 7 or 8 different variables you can change. So yeah, it's cool to go back to it, unlocking a lot of good sort of, well, what time would that have been? 01 or 02, probably sort of middle of high school memories at the same time. I think I actually had this game around about the same time I was doing my standard grade or O-level equivalent prelim exams, and had to delete it and get rid of the CD because it was distracting me too much. So this game must be not far off now, I think, actually. Scouts, okay. His contract's due to expire. I better keep him on just now. I was getting some advice from someone the other day that I need to go through my sort of coaching and scouting team and get some better scouts, which is something I've never really considered in the past, which is stupid because it's quite an obvious thing to improve. But to be honest, when I used to play this, I probably didn't pay too much attention to that, or like training and stuff like that too. It was just like try and batter through a season as quickly as possible and spend if you could. Okay, I think this might be another coach. Keeper coach. I'll keep him on. Oh, what's that? 4.5 per week. Guess that's okay. I also have recently gave a contract renewal to Martin Dardai, who is probably one of the better players in the squad at the minute, plays in centre midfield, and didn't really check what he was on previously. Turns out I over doubled his wages and gave him a 6-year deal without looking into it particularly. So I am just a little bit more careful now when handing out new contracts. I think a buddy of mine might have had 9900 Champ Manager, and it felt even more basic than this. Yeah, I can imagine. I saw having a look on YouTube earlier on for other folk playing older Championship Manager games and stuff, and I think it was like one of the original, might have been the original Championship Manager game that was crazily basic, but funny to see the origin of Football Manager back to, or trace the origin back to that game. Beggars belief that I actually believe that Tath Chong adds anything to this squad, according to a pundit. Well, he had a stinker in the last game, 3. But he already hates me, so or he's okay. He's back on side with me. Maybe I will defend him though. Please buy Chong praise. All right. That's Chairman. Player would benefit your backing in the year. Actually reflected well on the club as a whole. No bother, Thomas. fixtures. Where are we? I feel like we've had a big break here. Yeah. Right. Okay. There's a January set break, Christmas break. So all right. Okay. We've got quite a few weeks till the next game. All your players seem to be picked out of the lineup for criticism. I know. Yeah. We're not actually doing that badly either, considering I think the board's expectations for this season were it was a respectable. I think it was respectable position or respectable mid-table position or something like that, which I was kind of thinking 4th to like 8th is probably where we're looking at. So I'm probably in line with what they were expecting. But nothing more than that at the moment. And I was in the kind of 11th to 14th area for a while as well. So yeah, the German media has got it in for me and the players at the moment, I think. What we do have is a massive budget now, after selling a few players, and actually at this point it might be quite a good idea to try and find a forward who can finish better than the one I've got at the moment. I'm saying that he did score 2 or 3 goals in the last game, but he's definitely goes through purple patches. Florian Niederlechner's contract is due to expire. Eligible to leave in a Bosman. Yeah, okay. So this guy's scoring most of my goals along with our wingers, so I think I'm going to have to offer him a new contract just now. Right, hang on, before I do that. 2.5 grand, and he's 34 and he's wanting 10 grand. I'm not sure if I can afford to not keep him on. Let me see if I can bring it down a little bit. Right, see what he says to that. We have to give in otherwise. Prevlak might leave at the end of the season. I think he can probably go, although I'm going to have to replace him. Andreas Bushilakis. In Hertha 2 squad. To be fair, he's pretty decent for being in the B team. Right, I'm going to have to keep him on. I need a total sort of does not want to negotiate a new contract at this time. Interesting. What was he on at the moment? 3,800. Jeez, oh, right, surely he would stay if I broke the bank for him, but I'm not going at the moment. Leistner's contact, yeah, I need to... Oh, again, he's quite old. You need to do that balance between offering everyone seems reasonable, a new contract, and actually leaving space to get some guys in who are better than what I've got already. Sorry, this one's turning into a bit of a football admin special by the looks of it. He doesn't want to negotiate a new contract at this time. Fair enough. Neuer's contract's up. Not interested. Fair enough. Patrick Ebert. Right, I'm going to need to offer these coaches. Yeah, totally. It's that time of year. Yeah, this doesn't make for particularly scintillating viewing, so I'll try and skip through this as quickly as I can. I'll keep this guy going. I didn't realise there was actually quite as long a break in Germany in January. It used to be, and obviously this is probably taken from 0102 because I think they play through January now. Jeez, oh, right, how many more have I got to go through here? No, it won't take him on Uruguayan central defender back from loan. Interesting. I'm gonna put him in the A team. Actually, there might be a couple of guys come back from loan that were doing pretty well previously. Yeah, could well be a few guys in there. How long did they get? Is in terms of the break? I think it's basically the end of December to pretty much the end of January. Yeah, 18th December to 26th of January in this game at least. But I think in real life that's now no longer a thing. Leicester signs on. Prolific striker. This is weird because a lot of the strikers that are winning the award so far got actually quite poor finishing. But yeah, I need to find myself a good striker to replace Niederlechner before the end of the season, I reckon. Because he's doing okay, but he's old, and I think we can do better probably. Yeah, I know, quite a long sort of time off, isn't it? I wonder if that was a good thing in the past, or the fact they don't appear to do it anymore suggests it was maybe not working out, or it wasn't a good thing. The board of directors are satisfied, but they're sad to see that our fans' enthusiastic support for the team appears to be waning. Tough crowd. I'm in 6th, doing as well as could be expected, I think, at the moment, but they've got an issue with me. So the sooner January the 26th comes, the better. I can continue and hopefully get up the table. Niederlechner, cool, right? He's on board. I'm actually just going to do a quick search and see. I know, how dare they? Entitled, isn't it? I'm just going to do a quick search and see if I can find a forward with decent finishing who might be interested. Oops. Oh, yeah, there's some. Hang on a second. 20-year-old striker, 20 determination, 19 finishing, 16 pace. What is he out of? Back in a moment. Yeah, no worries, man. All good. This guy looks like he is probably not that bad a shout, actually. I mean, 20 determination, 19 finishing, what's his heading like? Pace is decent. 10 heading, jumping, 14 agility. He's worth a shot, I reckon. Maybe just tone this down a wee bit. Or hang on. Sign. I'll put like 5 million because I reckon he could be pretty good. Goal bonus, fair enough. 17.5. Okay. Lewandowski. Wow. Does he have a contract? No. Valued at 1.7 million. What age is he here? 36. Right, let's go. See how that one goes. Okay. Cool. So yeah, in the middle of a bit of a winter break at the moment, so doing a little bit of player scouting and signing, hopefully. Raised doubts over our task challenge claims to replace in the BSC squad. I'm going to defend the player again. Fans pleased by Jong's praise. Cool. The club are pleased with that. That's something at least. Let's see. So yeah, got hopefully get that guy for a free. Oh no, he's rejected. It looks like. Cecil's back in. Cool. Isaac. It's kind of a concerned about difference in language and lifestyle. Okay. That maybe means then that an improved offer isn't going to make much of a difference, but I'll see how that goes. Player and staff search. Right, back to this and see who we can get. So, yeah, just a reminder, this is Championship Manager 0102 with the 24-25 data in it, which is why there's, players that you don't remember from 0102 in here. General attribute. I'm going to see who is interested. Oops, sorry. Player search, there we go. Let's have a quick look. With the mod, do they scale up the values of the players, or does it sit around 102 levels? I think they've scaled it up. It certainly feels that way anyway. Like there's nothing kind of weird where, like, I don't know, Haaland's sort of 10 million or something like that. They're all in the kind of tens up to hundreds of millions. So I think they've kind of sorted that out as well, which is quite cool. There's various different patches and things that they've released, like the commentary patches and stuff. So VAR is in it because I've uploaded that one or included that in the patch, and some other wee bits about like team colours and stuff like that as well. But yeah, I think everything's kind of been scaled up to modern day levels, I think, anyway. There are some anomalies. I think I tried to start a game with a lower league side and like half the squad just had ones through most of their kind of attributes, which maybe they were that bad. I don't know, but it seemed as though it was maybe an error and not on purpose. But I've only seen it at that team, so maybe it was a one-off. Who knows? Yeah, it doesn't look through here for George Hurst. Some other potential sign-ins as well. This guy, where is he? Or I think I've maybe taken him out. Looked great. Had 20 pace or 19 pace and 19 finishing, or I think 20 for acceleration, but he's not totally convinced on moving to Germany, it seems, so I've given him another contract for him to mull over, but as yet no dice. Transfer deadline in a week. Right, this is confusing because there doesn't appear to be a deadline, at least in terms of buying players. I've bought someone during the season, so I think this is probably from the update, but hasn't actually translated into the start and end of a transfer window, as far as I can tell anyway. $21 million for Gakpo, does that sound about right? Dujak getting it in the neck again is a liability. God, let's defend him again, I think. I think we've been playing for the last week or two and they're getting shit from the papers constantly. Can't remember when they introduced Jan transfer window. Yeah, I know. I did have a wee look online. I think they seemed to suggest that in this game was the last game before they introduced that in the game, at least. But yeah, not sure. That seems cheap from Gakpo. Perhaps they've not maybe lifted it as much as they should have. Look. Right, okay. This is getting ridiculous now. This is the third time I've defended him in the space of about 10 days. There we go. So this is the guy that I just found that looks interesting. Gabonese, 19 finishing, 20 determination. Where's his pace? 16 pace. Not quite as decent on pace, but his finishing is way better than what we've got just now. So I'm thinking either he goes up front as the main man, or he potentially plays off someone else. So hopefully get this guy in. Yeah, I know. Not had a chance to redeem himself. This guy's just been enjoying Christmas and he's getting a dog's abuse. It's not dog goal. Okay, cool, he's in. In on a free. Okay, New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. Maybe on the verge of signing Hertha BSC's Linus Gechter for an 11.75 million deal. So this is another guy I've not really been playing. I'm assuming from this he has a lot of potential, but that is a huge amount of money. And it's just a rumour at the moment. Okay, no comment. Keep on getting excited about bumper transfers before they've even come in properly. So yeah, the new data, I think they're going to do the 25-26 season data on the forum. They were saying that they were hoping for it in October, and then they've spoken about November, but not given a date this time because I think they are a little bit worried about giving a date and then disappointing people. I think there's quite a keen. The transfers between German clubs is today. I wonder if that means that transfers out with German clubs is allowed after today. Interesting. I've seen that before. Sorry, as I was saying, 25-26 data. Yeah, it should be coming soon. They haven't given a date, but they're working on it at the moment, and they seem to think November would be doable. So we'll see. Realise that November has only got something like 2 weeks left in it now as well, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, hopefully that'll come in soon. Coventry have offered a contract to John Joe. He will join in the current international transfer window. Okay, well, I've got a backup at right back at the moment, and this was the guy that was being chased elsewhere as well. Oh no, must take an ace to the database, totally. I'm not sure how they do it, or if they go from like FM26 stuff and have to try and boil it down to some of the same attributes and stuff like that. But yeah, when you think of the number of players that must be involved in countries and stuff like that, yeah, boils your head a little bit. I think someone was telling me that in the original games, I don't know how they do it now, that I'm sure there's like a whole bunch of data available now, which makes it so much easier, but in the original games, they cool. Right, it's going on the 30th of June. Okay. I thought it said in the current transfer window. This is very confusing. I'll get to the bottom of this at some stage. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, the data from the original games, they used to send out like surveys to fans to fill in and give like kind of ratings for players and stuff like that, and that's how they kind of got their original ratings for a lot of the players and things, which is quite cool, but open to abuse, I suppose, isn't it? Okay, so I think we're just about to hit our first game back after this winter break, which is good, because you've probably heard enough of me talking shit for the last half an hour or so. This new guy needs to be on the bench. I'm going to bring him on, I think, in this next game. Oh, he's gone up to 20 finishing. Wow. Immediate coaching impact. Leistner is injured, so we're wanting a replacement for him. Do we go with... So before taking Martin Dardai and put him in centre half, but I think I'm going to... Hang on. Vocal. Oh, this is the guy that came back from loan, wasn't it? Yes, it looks alright. Uruguayan cap, maybe I'll give him a shot. Have we got... I've got a centre half on the bench. Oh no, we've got Morgenstern. Okay, that's cool. 26th of January, yeah, cool. Tomorrow. 8th versus 18th. Pascal Clemens' recent performances in training have resulted in a glowing reference. Having second thoughts about sticking this guy on. Maybe Morgenstern's a bit more flexible, but he's definitely not as good a player. Right, I'll put him on there. I remember 10 years or so years ago, FM were recruiting super fans for clubs, so I guess similar to what you were saying. Yeah, I'm interested in how they do it now, actually. I guess there's like so much data available now for them to get their hands on. Give them a number. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, so much more data for them to get a handle of players and stuff like that. But yeah, it's cool thinking about them doing the kind of surveying fans and stuff like that. That's cool. Humble beginnings. Have any of you guys played FM26? I've played a bit of it on my laptop. It doesn't run particularly well, but I'd heard a lot of people complaining about issues and bugs and what have you. So interested to know if has it been resolved, or is it still kind of rumbling on, or is that actually not that accurate and it's pretty decent. I'm trying to remember who is an influential. Oh, it was Kenny. I was going to put in Leistner injured. Okay, let's see what their instructions are. They're going to attack in. Interesting. At the bottom of the table, was kind of expecting them not to be coming flying out, but okay, press. Let's go. Nice, cool. The forward that I keep on slagging off gets me goals, so hopefully it continues that way. Ah man, 1-0. I've said a couple of times. Oh, there we go. 2. Let's go, Junior. I've only seen some content creators moaning about it. Probably hit with more criticism because I'm missing the version last year. Yeah, complaints about the UI, etc. I know that was a massive thing, wasn't it, at the time? That wasn't going to come out. You kind of wonder what state it was in that they had to pull the plug on it. Like from the sort of the brief go I had of it, it seemed pretty good. Like I've not played a laptop version of it for a long time, so I've probably not got the best comparison, to be honest. But I thought it ran pretty well, from what I could tell anyway. What's that? Oh, did I put in for tactics there? Sorry. Wasn't sure if that was an injury or not. Okay, he's 2 goals up. What are they doing now? Still going attacking. Well, it seems to be working for us at the moment, so I'm going to continue in this vein for the time being. Or in this vein. Alright, 2-1 at half time. I'm interested to bring on this new signing, but it also feels pretty harsh to sub off the guy who's scored 2 goals and is on a hat-trick as well. Who else are we looking at here that's not doing too great? Everyone's okay. Christensen left. Svinkler attacking left. Christensen. Maybe sub him off and see how they get on. Never really sure in FM how much the kind of team talk and like all that kind of interpersonal stuff has an impact. Because hat-trick, there we go. Justified keeping him on. How much of an impact it actually has in the game, or like a result swinging one way or the other. And I was always pretty terrible at that part of it when I'd played the last sort of version on the laptop. Mostly played the mobile version actually over the last few years. Became a bit of a Christmas tradition to download that on Christmas Day and just sit on the couch and fire through about 3 seasons in one go. I didn't get to sub on my new guy, but hat-trick for my forward is pretty good. It's hard to know. I know, yeah. And I guess maybe they don't want you to know how much of an impact it has. The FM algorithm works when you win, doesn't work when you lose. Yeah, totally. Board's pleased. They're easily pleased when I've just beaten the bottom team 3-1, but I'll take it. Still satisfied, and the fans are still unsure of my credentials. Privlak leaving another Bosman. Oh yeah, cool, that's fine. Okay, so what was that? We were up to 5th in the table there, did it say? Karlsruhe game, Leicester back in training, draw transfer speculation, 53, Liverpool to Aston Villa. Burnley 20 million. Right. Table. Let's have a look. So, yeah, up to 5th. 3 points off promotion spots. It's pretty tight, actually, isn't it? Between, actually, we're only 5 off top, which is. So yeah, 42 down to 10 points separates, 10 or 11 points separates first to 9th and 10th in the table. So pretty tight at the top. Doing not so bad. Could be better, could be worse. And what's our next game? Braunschweig. Oh, they gave us a doing before. Where are they in the table now? Or did they? I feel like they beat us earlier on in the season. Anyway, they're 17th, so they're not doing too good. Excuse me, I'm just going to look back and see what previous match against them was. Can you get that through here? Yeah, BS 3-1. Time for revenge. Okay, continue. Oh yeah, some of the names for the competitions are still very much 01, 02. So UEFA Cup and the Intertoto Cup made an appearance earlier in the save as well, which is a pretty random competition. Never really fully understood how that worked. It felt like there was about 1 million qualifying rounds that started pretty much as your season ended. No worries, man. Enjoy dinner. Catch you later on if you're back on. Otherwise, see you soon. Right. Sunday, 2nd of February. Let's go. So yeah, if you just joined, welcome. Just to let you know, this is Championship Manager 0102, and I'm playing with the 24-25 database at the moment, and we're probably about 2/3 of the way through the season, near enough, or between half and 2/3 of the way through the season. Sitting in 5th with Hertha Berlin, trying to get them back into the Bundesliga at the first time of asking. So our next match is just in a couple of days against Braunschweig, who beat us last time. Going for revenge this time. We've kind of swapped positions in the table versus the last time we played, when we were closer to the bottom. Christensen's wanted, St. Pauli. Okay. Jackson Irvine in there. Jackson Irvine used to play in Scotland. Wow, he's got good stats actually. He used to play for Hibernian Hibs. I didn't realise that was just for the single season. I thought he was there for a lot longer than that. Interesting. Anyway, I digress. Good player. Okay. I kind of wonder if because Kenny's getting so, it's disappointed that the club sold one of his most promising youngsters. That was probably Ernst that I got rid of, our keeper. I'm kind of wondering if I give Zeefuik a shot now at right back. Doesn't treat him as a first team regular. Well, I've got news for you. You might be a first team regular from now on. Karpovnik. That's good having a right and a left back in one. It's handy. Right. Oh, we're back down to 6th. Who's gone above a Schalke? Sworn rivals. Sworn enemies. Alright. Mahmouz Alam back in training. Board are satisfied. Does that mean that the fans have... Oh! The fans are potentially back on side now. Whether it's, at least they're not totally pissed off at me, which is nice. Progress in this latest stream. Okay. Let's check out. I'll wait and see what their plans are. Captain Wise, who's got the greatest influence in the team at the moment. We've not got an especially influential squad actually. View attributes and mental influence. Leisner is out, so it's Pascal Clements at centre half that's the most influential. So there we go. Right, sort by positions. Clemens. There we go. Leisner's usually the captain, but as he's injured, this guy's coming in. I wonder, is there someone else in the squad? Sorry, I'm going to have a look back as well and see more attacking attributes and set pieces. Bramall 15, Thorstensen 14, Chong. I wonder if I should put Bramall on free kicks as well then. Is he's left footed? So that's usually better that they take a free kick from the right, isn't it, in terms of an in-swinger? Give that a shot. Corners from the right as well. Bramall. Okay. To the game. Right. Braunschweig tactics. Defensive, short, hit on the counter. Okay, so probably not wanting to... Let's go attacking to begin with. I'm reluctant to press because if they want to play counter-attack, I feel like that probably plays into their hands a little bit. So, yeah, let's go with that just now. That's a good start. Oh, it's the right back that scored his first start in ages. Now I feel bad for leaving him out for so long. Dardai. It's kind of justifying my ridiculous 2-1 ridiculous contract that I accidentally gave him. Oh, you are joking me. 2-0, what's going on? I feel like Braunschweig might be my my bogey team in this game. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look at the stats. They're getting quite a lot of joy, aren't they, for a team that's sitting off? Unless they've changed that. Oh, saved. Defensive short, men behind the ball. So they're not even countering anymore. Are they settling for a 2-2 in that case? Clemens is not having a good game at centre back. Dujak either. After I'd stuck up for him in 3 or 4 times, he's not helping his cause. Oof. Oh no. Ah, shit. Red card. Okay. Well, that isn't going to plan. Normal mentality, I think. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off Niederlechner and put the new guy in, who's fast as, and hope that kind of stretches their defence enough. Oh shit, it's still the first half as well, kind of sending off. I thought we were in the second half. Okay, that's not ideal. 2-2, sending off, and they're gone normal, so they're kind of coming out a wee bit more. Let's see if we get on. Says, can Hertha withstand the pressure? Oh yes, get in. New signing scores in his debut. Right, what do I do here? 4 minutes to go. Are they coming out? No, they're still playing that game. Still playing defensive. Okay. I don't necessarily want to sit in. I think I'm going to continue as I am. No, that's daft, isn't it? 10 men. Right, let's go defensive and hit the counter when we can. Right. Phew. Good that he got his goal in his first match, though. That's a good start. Cool. Okay. Continue. Staying in 6th. I'm assuming, therefore, that Dusseldorf went above us. And goal difference, is it? Yeah. Well, there's not much in it, though. 44th. so 10 versus 12. Alright, cool. Okay, next match. Who we got? Cologne. Right, I think I'll make the Cologne game my final one tonight. Chong's banned for one match. Peel the one. Been sent off. Excuse me. Still got a bit of a leftover cough from my cold. So I had to mute quickly there to cough up my guts. I don't know if I'm going to appeal that, because sometimes I seem to remember if you appeal and you shouldn't appeal, that they make it worse. So I think I'm just going to go on the fact, unless, can I have a look back and see what he was sent off for? A professional foul, which is usually like pulling someone back, or Loom was punched in the face by Chung. I thought a professional foul was like pulling them down when they're through on goal kind of thing to stop them scoring. Yeah, I don't know if I can really appeal the guy boxing someone else. Sessa goes in the centre for this one then. Hertha, Kaiser's like Diogo Jota. It was Jota, was it Andy Robertson last night was mentioning Jota in his post-match interview, which was yeah, he held it together very well. That's such a shame though. Your assistant CM01 is informed that Tim Goller is showing signs of developing into a quality player. Okay, 20-year-old keeper, keep an eye on him for future. The Inter-American Cup. What are the stats looking like? Oh, we actually did pretty well considering we're down to 10 men. Semi-final of the German Cup. So both of us that were in the second division were knocked out. If Bayern go through, man, they got knocked out. I was going to say at least we got knocked out by the eventual winner or finalist. Still in fourth in the league. Union have gone down a little bit since the last time I looked there. Alright. Oh, we beat Kiel in the cup earlier on as well, but I suppose Kiel are probably more of a Bundesliga 2 side than a Bundesliga side, despite the fact they're in top division. Yikes. American media says it's anyway. Union Berlin's Frederick Ronaldo for 700. Oh, is that keeper? 775. He looks okay. Okey-doke. Next game, Cologne away, 6th versus 8th. This will be a tricky one. I think I'm going to reward my new signing with a start after that last game. Chong is off. Paco Dardai. Who's I've got Sessa better than him? He's pretty pacey as well, isn't he? It's not great finishing. His passing's okay. Yeah, tricky one. I think, well, to be fair, he's probably more effective than Chong maybe in terms of those stats anyway. Okay. Let's go to the game. Goals, tactics, attacking and pressing. Okay. So I'm going to go hard tackling because I feel like that's one way out of a press anyway, is to battle back. Yeah, keep it at that just now. Right. That's not a great start. Is that an injury? Yeah. Oh shit. Centre mid. Okay. I'm going to stick Cousins in there because I don't really have many more options without disrupting the rest of the team. So, and we've got him alongside Diego Dema, who's a defensive midfielder, so that's maybe a nice bit of balance there. Or maybe I'm just trying to convince myself. Oh, I feel like we're getting quite a lot of opportunities and not taking an awful lot of them. It looks as though this new guy is definitely getting in behind lots because there's a lot of him through and in goal. Just, yeah, not a huge amount of the opportunities are being converted into shots on goal. Okay. Clemens having a better game today. Keeper's playing well. Christensen, Winkler. I'm considering Christensen off for Winkler. Second half. And what are their tactics? Still attacking and pressing. Seems to be, what I'm doing just now seems to be working, at least in terms of we're creating chances, so I'm going to continue as we are for the time being until something changes. Something has changed. Okay. Oh, equaliser, second goal. 2 goals in 2 games. I've got a funny feeling the 5 million release clause I put on that guy is not going to be anywhere near enough. It's been pretty tight, hasn't it? He's not winning a huge amount of his tackles in midfield. Don't really have an option for centre defence. Augustin Rogo. I think I'm going to have to keep it as we are for the time being. What's Cole's still going with their attacking formation? Do we go all out to win it? Right, I think we do. In it to win it. Didn't have much of an impact, but that's possibly a good point. We're in the league. We're still above Cologne. We're still in touching distance of promotion spots. Yeah, that's all right. I'll take that. Not a bad result. Started out for 2 weeks. Fair enough. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it there for this evening. Let me save it quickly. Hertha. Save, yeah, cool. Yeah, gonna call it there. I will hopefully be back towards the tail end of this week. Possibly not Friday. This week got a few things on actually over the weekend, so it might be Sunday or something like that by the time I do get back on. And yeah, we'll continue this save. We are now, I'd say we're probably 2/3 of the way through that season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games or so left in the season. And yeah, not far off the promotion spots, but it's really tight. And actually only 3 points off top of the league, so all to play for. And yeah, we'll continue that next time and see how we get on. But thanks for joining me tonight in the chat. Thanks Russell for the chat as well in there. Good to catch up. And yeah, if you've been watching along this evening, thanks for joining me, and hopefully see you in a few days. So have a good evening, and see you soon.